Recently, I've come across quite a few YouTube thumbnails that looked something like this. Or like this. They look so clearly AI generated that they barely get any views. However, there is a way to use ChatGPT to help you create YouTube thumbnails that actually look natural and will get you results like this. Or like this, which is the thumbnail of the video that you're currently watching. And you clicked it, so I must have done something well, right? Hello, my name is Benjamin from Build with Ben, and in today's video I'm going to share with you a simple 6-step method to help you create YouTube thumbnails with the help of ChatGPT that actually look natural. So let's jump in. The first step is to analyze what already works. Now for this video, let's imagine we are creating a Canva tutorial. So we're going to go over to YouTube and we're going to type in Canva tutorial. And we're going to analyze the top results. So as you can see, this one gets 1.3 million views, 124,000, 204,000, and this one even gets 2 million views. Now let's take a screenshot of these 4 thumbnails and upload them into ChatGPT. So now I'm just going to ask it to analyze these thumbnails. Now ChatGPT came up with quite an extensive analysis. For now we're not going to do anything with it, but later we're just going to ask it to apply with what it has learned in this step. So let's go to step 2 and define our thumbnail style. So in this step we're going to define our thumbnail style, and there are several ways to do it. We can just describe to ChatGPT what we want our style to be like. Or if you don't really know what to describe, you can also ask ChatGPT to ask you a couple of questions to help you define your own style. So that's what I'm going to do, and let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. So these are the 5 questions ChatGPT came up with. I'm just going to answer them, and I'm going to give a little bit of extra info to ChatGPT to make sure that it completely knows my style. Okay, I just answered ChatGPT's questions and I told it that the style should be friendly, colorful, bubbly, lively. And I answered some other questions, so now it knows exactly what I want. So let's go to step 3 and let's start generating some thumbnail concepts. So now it's time to generate a thumbnail concept. But before we do that, we need to decide what text and layout we're going to use on our thumbnail. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me 3 ideas for text and layout, and then I'm going to pick one, and then we're going to generate the thumbnail. So ChatGPT came up with a few ideas like design like a pro, start here, and create faster. Now I think I like design like a pro best, so let's go for that one. I'm going to ask it to generate this thumbnail for me, and a very important thing to mention is that I'm also going to tell it to avoid certain things such as gradients, dotted patterns, unnecessary lines and glows, because if I don't, it's certainly going to create those things. So let's do that now. So this is what it came up with, and I gotta say, I really like it. I could generate a few more concepts that look a bit different, but I think this looks quite professional. It looks clean, and yeah, I just like it. Nice. So let's go to the next step. So the next step is very easy. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to remove the person from the design without changing anything else. Another thing that I've noticed is that the image currently doesn't have the exact aspect ratio that I wanted, because it should be 16:9. So I'm going to ask it to change that too. There we go. I think that looks great. Now the next step is to add a photo of ourselves to the image. So now we're going to add a photo of ourselves to the thumbnail that we just generated. I'm going to use Photopea for that, and I'm also going to use Photopea to remove the background. I already selected a photo of myself that I like, that I also use for other thumbnails. But you can just take a photo of yourself in the right pose and then open the tool of your choice to remove the background and add it to the thumbnail. So there we go, it has removed the background, and now I'm just going to copy it and paste it on top of the thumbnail. And then I'm going to resize it, which is quite necessary, as you can see. So something like this looks good to me, maybe a little smaller so you can see my hand a little better. And I think this already looks great. So now I'm going to export it, and then for the final polish we're going to go to step 6. We're ready for the final step, which is to re-upload the image into ChatGPT and ask it to adjust the lighting of the photo that we just added to match the rest of the thumbnail better. I'm also going to ask it to add a subtle drop shadow behind the photo to make it blend in even more. And very importantly, I'm also going to tell it not to change anything else on the thumbnail. There we are, that's our final result, and I have to say I'm super happy with it. It has integrated the photo even better into the rest of the thumbnail. As you can see, it has added the subtle drop shadow, and it still looks super natural to me. So for me, this method has been working great, but I'm also very curious to know how it works for you. So I would say try it out and let me know if this method works for you down in the comments. That's it for today's video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you to create better thumbnails yourself. Thanks so much for watching to this first Build with Ben YouTube video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.